What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint. Today we're going to do a review of the HELLSING Deluxe Edition by Dark Horse Comics. This was originally published as a 10-volume manga from Japan that has been now brought over to the States. This was written and illustrated by Kota Hirano and has also had other forms of media. There's an anime for it and whatnot. But today we're just going to talk about this deluxe edition. It's not really the type of story that has spoilers, and I don't think I'm going to say anything spoilery anyway, so you don't have to really worry about that. Before we jump into the book, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of the videos, and if you enjoy it, go ahead and hit that like. Hellsing, if it sounds kind of familiar like Van Helsing, it borrows from that. It borrows from these type of Dracula, vampire, werewolf, ghouls, and those type of creatures. So Hellsing is an organization that was founded by Van Helsing that they're run by humans, and they're there to, like I said, hunt down vampires and those type of creatures. The main characters here, you have Alucard, which is Dracula backwards, who is kind of the vampire hunter, right? You feel like there's a lot of inspiration here, whether it was inspired by or it inspired like Blade or I feel like there's other types of stories like that, like Blade. Anyway, Alucard is like the original vampire, and he's on the human side hunting down the bad guys, right? And the bad guys are really like parts of the Third Reich, the Nazi regime who wants to bring things back to the way they were in Nazi Germany. They have their own slew of supernatural bad guys, and the Hellsing department has their own army. Besides Alucard, you have the founder's daughter, who has now taken over Hellsing, and her butler, who is also a badass. And we see the daughter. She stumbles upon Alucard when she inherits Hellsing. When her father gets murdered, she goes down to the bunker at the bottom of the facility, sees this corpse. Once a little bit of blood gets on the corpse, boom, Alucard is reborn. And Alucard is more than just your typical vampire. He really morphs into this like darkness of a beast. I can't even explain what it is. It's not even a physical form, but he's got eyes and like a werewolf type mouth, but he's like a cloud of blackness. Very interesting design choices here. The artwork is amazing. We're going to flip through it. They do a lot of perspective line work, especially with like standing shots holding guns. They put a lot of detail into the guns in this series, and that's really the main weapon of choice. So it feels very much like it's a manga, but it feels like a Western in that sense. You have the big kind of cowboy hats, you have these big long-barreled guns, a lot of firepower is involved, but it does have a lot of brutal action scenes. And I guess that's why a lot of people recommended this to me, because I know how much I love Berserk. I love how Dark Horse produced the deluxe editions just like the Berserk books. But this series is similar in fashion. I definitely enjoyed it, but I still love Berserk. I think Berserk has so much more soul, so much more depth to the story and to the characters. I've only read the first deluxe edition, so I haven't gone too far into it. I do like the characters, but so far it's not giving me that same feeling that Berserk does. This deluxe edition collects the first 4 volumes of the 10-volume manga, so there's going to be 2 more deluxe editions, and that will complete the entire series, unlike Berserk, which is still ongoing and is on their 40th volume. So we'll take a look at this book. We'll do some overhead shots. We'll look at the construction of the book. It's a $50 book, but you can purchase this and other collected editions up to 50% off if you visit our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. Like I said, up to 50% off. They have quick shipping, immaculate packaging, and great customer service. They also have a bargain bin where you can get books up to 90% off the cover price. If you mention my name in the memo at checkout, if you're in the United States, your second order will have free shipping. So check out cheapgraphicnovels.com and let's check out Hellsing. Alright, as you guys can see, the HELLSING Deluxe Edition is the same size. It's almost the same construction as the Berserk Deluxe Edition. Except Berserk has this kind of textured, scaled look, and this one is more smooth. It feels more like a smooth leather, where this one feels almost like, I don't know, a sneaker or something like that. But very similar with like the title, Deluxe Edition, the kind of embossed, indented emblem on the front, and then the volume with the creator on the bottom. If you see side by side, They look very similar as well. So that hooked me right away. I love uniformity and the fact that it was like the reverse colors of my favorite manga so far. I had to get it and jump into this series. And with that being said, let's go ahead and do just that. Alright, so as you can see, it has a ribbon, just like Berserk. So you have that built-in bookmark there. Now, I'm still very new to this series, so I don't have all the names memorized. I only really remember Alucard's name. But we'll see who else is involved here. I know they have the police girl who Alucard changes into a vampire, but she doesn't want to drink blood. She doesn't really want to all the way transform. Here goes the table of contents. You have 27 chapters. And here we go. So we have Alucard right here in the beginning. He's got these gloves with these very fine detailed, almost like satanic scriptures on them. And it's funny because he goes up against these like boss type characters who have similar styles to them. Like there's always like a necklace with like their emblem, whether it's a cross or whether it's a swastika or whatever. But here we go. We start here, and Alucard's running up against this band of ghouls. So usually vampires come and they'll kill a few people to kind of ease their hunger, but we're finding some that are killing for sport and being reckless. Here goes his gun, and like I said, the creator, he really likes to put a lot of attention to detail to the weapons, and you'll notice that with the writing that he has on them and such. So here's the little girl. Her father, who runs Hellsing, gets murdered. So I think it's her uncle. It's kind of like a Lion King kind of thing, right? Where he wants to take over, but she's inherited Hellsing. You have this corpse here. She doesn't realize who he is, but when some blood gets on him, he turns into himself again and brutally murders the attackers. All right, let's keep on going. So the action scenes in this manga are awesome. Like you can see how much detail and how much goes into those scenes. Those are my favorite parts of this book. The character designs are awesome. Here's the cop. She calls Alucard her master. I forget her name. They call her something, but she doesn't like the name that they give her. Let me see here. Yeah, he calls her police girl. Anyway. Yeah, so you can see the action scenes versus the ghouls looks amazing. And then here goes like one of the bosses, right? You have this priest. He's basically one of the hitmen for the Millennium, which is the new name for the Nazi regime, the remnants of the Third Reich. And see, he's got like a similar look as Alucard. See? Same kind of details, but just a little bit different. Here's another look at the artwork with the guns. You see how we have this kind of going into the other panel, showing this kind of religious scribes on this gun right here. I wanted to look at this one. So you have this long gun here. I wanted to see that beast that Alucard turns into, man. Yeah, they didn't show it yet. Alright. I think the downfall of this book is like when there wasn't action, it was kind of a little slow for me. But here's Alucard turning into this kind of darkness, man. It almost reminded me a little bit of Guts' inner demon, right? When he has the berserker armor and it's creeping up his back and he kind of changes into this beast. So super interesting. I want to see what happens more with that. Like he's sticking his hand out of the beast to shoot the guy. And that's cool stuff. Here goes the police girl. Again, I forget her name. With Berserk, it took me a couple of volumes until I started just memorizing everybody. I like it. See the paneling. So they got her over all of these 4 panels, long gun barrel. There goes Alucard doing his thing again. Very cool stuff. I'm actually flipping through like all action scenes, so that's pretty cool, man. Very brutal, very violent. It's got a monster, monsters that you're familiar with type of backdrop. Like this is one of the werewolf girls. Hugo's another kind of one of those boss characters, right? I don't think we've really seen that one get into action yet. Where's the Nazi guy? The priest comes back. And I think one of the big things here is that the Millennium, they weaponized ghouls. And typically ghouls are roaming around on their own because a vampire killed them, but this time they weaponize them and are building an army of ghouls. And that's kind of where we leave off on this book. Alright guys, so that's my breakdown of the Hellsing Deluxe Edition Volume 1. I'm not going to watch the anime. I'll probably wait till the other 2 deluxe editions come out, get caught up on it, and then I'll check out the anime. I know a lot of people are going to say in the comments to go ahead and watch that. Let me know what you think about Hellsing in the comments down below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We release daily content and impromptu live streams and other bonus content. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And if you enjoyed this one, hit the like. Thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.